My name is C.H. Shankar, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College for Women's, Karimnagar. So today we discuss about gene regulation. So nothing but gene function. Okay. Generally, the all organisms having chromosomes. So in that chromosomes, genes are arranged. So generally, these genes are responsible for what is production of proteins and production of enzymes and production of hormones and etc. If the daily day-to-day life number of activities are takes place, so by these all activities are performed by the especially enzymes and proteins, enzymes and proteins. So these all are under control of what is gene regulation. Generally, whenever the Mendel discovered these Mendel's in that time they are calling as the genes factors. After these are called as alleles, and afterwards the Bateson give the name genetics, and Johansson give the name that is gene. Johansson give the name that is gene. Generally, the genes are present on the chromosomes. According to chromosomal inheritance theory by Watson, so the one chromosome we are comparing with one garland. So each flower which is present on the garland, that is gene. Each flower present on the garland, that is gene. The thread is we are comparing with histone proteins, which one the special proteins to coiling the DNA. Generally, the DNA made up of nitrogen bases. So we have to study it in biochemical classes. So these are about genes. Generally, the Benger divide the genes into three parts. So generally, the genes are the gene divided into three parts. First one is cistron, muton, recon. Okay, cistron. So the which segment it can transcribe the mRNA. So that DNA part is called, or gene part is called cistron. So second one is muton. So the recombinant part of gene is called muton, or the whenever the mutation takes place in the gene, or the mutated part of the gene is called muton. And recon. So whenever the rearrangement of nitrogen bases takes place in the gene, that is called recon. The Benger, the gene divided into three parts. Okay. Now the genes are responsible for inheritable characteristics. Genes are responsible for inheritable characteristics. Okay. Along with inheritance, some variations also takes place in the genes. So whenever the variations are takes place, the new proteins are produced. Okay. So now the gene regulation is this is nothing but operon concept. The gene regulation is nothing but operon concept. Generally, the Jacob Monod proposed this operon concept. Jacob and Monod proposed the operon concept. So according to that, the regulatory genes and structural genes are there. Regulatory genes and structural genes are there. Okay. So we have to study it about in the following class. So today we have to discuss about some genes. So first one is this is. So generally, the different genes in an organism are meant for the synthesis of different proteins. Generally, our body is made up of proteins. By these proteins are produced under control of genes. Different genes in an organisms are meant for the synthesis of different proteins. All these proteins are not needed at one time. All the proteins are needed at one time, not needed at one time. So generally, in our cell, for every second, 2 to 3 thousand activities are takes place. That is the reason why 2 to 3,000 enzymes are in active condition. That is the reason why it is the cell is nothing but highly complicated. The coded information is present in DNA is expressed by the synthesis of specific proteins. So generally, the different proteins are appeared in our body, are present in body. So that information presented in the coded form in the DNA, presented on coded form in the present of DNA. The coded information present in DNA is expressed by the synthesis of specific proteins. However, some genes are constantly transcribed and expressed in all cells at all time, because their products are constantly needed in a cell, in all cells. So, however, some genes are constantly transcribed and expressed in all cells at all time, because their product are constantly needed in a cells, in all cells. So, why? Because those genes are called housekeeping genes. Generally, these genes are very useful for day to day life activities. For example, the respiration in the organisms, and the photosynthesis takes place in the especially plants. So, these genes are called housekeeping genes. They must and should express all the way throughout the life, all the way throughout the life. So, without production of these genes, so there is no proper activity. If there is no respiration, there is no life. By the respiration, ATPs are produced. From the ATPs, energy is produced. So, that energy is utilized by the cell. That energy is utilized by the cell, and the production of ATPs participate of the genes, and the participation of the special proteins. So, these all are must and should present, otherwise there is no live activity. So, these genes are called housekeeping genes, housekeeping genes. Okay, here such genes are called constitutive genes or housekeeping genes. So, generally for example, in Krebs cycle enzymes, and electron transport chain enzymes, and active proteins, and glycolysis enzymes, and glycogen synthetase enzymes, and lipid synthetase enzymes, and liposuction enzymes. These all are enzymes day to day life we have to need, so that enzymes are under control of constitutive genes or housekeeping genes. Both some genes expressed only in some type of cells or a special occasion. Such genes are called non-constitutive or luxury genes. Such genes are called non-constitutive genes or luxury genes. For example, generally the epithelial cells or glandular cells only can secrete the enzymes whenever the particular substances are entering into our body. Okay, so these are those genes are called non constitutive genes. For example, heat shocking genes. These are the special genes. Whenever the body exposed to heat, then only the cells can producing that type of genes. So, those are called non-constitutive genes. So, whenever the organisms are exposed to heat, then only the cells can produce these enzymes. So, these are called non-constitutive genes or luxury genes. The control of gene expression or protein synthesis is called gene regulation. So, it is the process of turning turning genes off and genes on, turning genes off and genes on. The either they are organisms switch off condition, genes are switch off condition and switch on condition. So, this is about gene regulation. Okay, the control of gene expression or protein synthesis is called gene regulation. It is the process of turning of gene and on and off. Okay, and so the gene regulation is two types: positive regulation, and in the positive regulation, the inducer molecules are activates the promoter which promotes the transcription of mRNA. So, here in the gene regulation, so the positive regulation is here, and here the special molecules are there, those are called inducer molecules. So, these molecules activates promoter region. Now, the from the promoter region the mRNA is produced. In negatively regulated system, they may be either inducible or repressible. So, the positive regulation and negative regulation, two regulations are there. By these regulations, the genes are activated. In inducible gene regulation, the structural gene or the structural gene or genes are induced or switch on to produce the mRNA. So, especially in inducible genes, and these are genes are called I and regulatory genes. These regulatory genes can producing the repressor protein. So, this repressor protein attached to the operator. So, whenever the protein is attached to the operator, the gene is switch off condition. whenever the operator comes, repressor comes out of the operator, so the gene is switch on condition. Whenever the gene is switch on condition, the protein synthesis takes place. The protein synthesis takes place. So this is about a gene positive and negative regulation. So in positive regulation, the inducer molecules are there. Positive regulation, inducer molecules are there, and for example, the number of examples are there where to here and studied. For next, the substances which induces the gene for protein synthesis is known as inducer. For example, in operon concept, glucose, lactose is the inducer molecule. Lactose is the inducer molecule. So this lactose inducer molecule can change the configuration of repressor which is present on the operator. Whenever the repressor protein is come out of the operator, so the from that mRNA is from that RNA polymerase attached to the promoter region. So from that region the mRNA production is takes place, that is called transcription. Okay, the gene complex responsible for the synthesis of inducible enzymes called inducible system. Here that is system is there. The gene complex responsible for the synthesis of inducible enzymes is called inducible system. Example, lac operon. So an example, the responsible for system of tryptophan. Lac operon and tryptophan operon, two operons are there. So these operons can regulate the gene functioning. Okay, and next one is activators. So this is nothing but regulatory proteins. So here the activators. Transcriptional activators is an protein that increases the transcription of gene or set of genes. Okay. So here so what is going on gene or set of genes? The most activators are DNA binding proteins that bind the promoter. Most activators are DNA binding proteins that are promoters. The DNA site bound by the activator is referred to as a activator site. Okay, so generally in operon concept, regular structural genes are there and functional genes are there. Generally the structural genes are regulator, promoter, operator. These are these are the regulator genes. Regulator genes are structural. Regulator genes are regulator, promoter, operator, and structural genes are ZYA. So we have to study these about these genes. Next, and a co-repressor molecule. A co-repressor molecule is a molecule that can bind to repressor and make it bind to the operator tightly, which decreases the transcription. Okay, for the remove of the transcription or the to stop the transcription, a co-repressor is a molecule that can bind to repressor and make it bind to the operator tightly, which decrease the transcription. And a repressor that binds with co-repressor and termed as a aporepressor or inactive repressor. Okay, here the aporepressor and inactive repressor are there, and here where to repressor is a protein which is bind to the operator. So if the repressor attached to the operator, gene is switch off condition. If the repressor come out of the operator, immediately the promoter region, in between the promoter region present in regulator and promoter, that is activated. From the promoter region, the mRNA is attached to the promoter region. So from that the transcription is takes place. Okay, and the operon model for lactose catabolism is called lac operon. In operon model, the lactose catabolism is called lac operon. So an operon is a group of closely linked structural genes and associated with the control genes. An aperon is a group of closely linked structural genes and associated with the control genes. The operon consists of regulatory gene, structural gene, and operator and promoter site. So here the in operon, so generally regulator gene and operator gene and promoter gene and structural genes are there. Structural genes are there. This total unit is called operon. This total unit is called operon. Here the operon is there. Operon is there here. So first one is this one is a LAC-I. This one is a regulator, which is in brown color, and adjacent to the brown color promoter region is there. Promoter region is there, and after promoter the operator region is there. Operator region is there. So the IPO, these are called regulatory genes. These are called regulatory genes. And after that of the DNA, some structural genes are there. LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A. These are called structural genes. These are called structural genes. The LAC-Z can producing the a special enzyme that is called beta galactosidase. The LAC-Z is an enzyme which is producing the beta galactosidase. And why gene is it can producing the beta galactosidase permease is a special enzyme, and LAC-A is it can producing the beta galactosidase transacetylase. Beta galactosidase transacetylase. These are the three structural genes. So this is about prokaryote gene. That is the reason why from that whenever the transcription is takes place from promoter region, the polycystonic mRNA is produced. The 3 cistron, nothing but the gene is nothing but cistron. The C cistron, 3 cistrons information present on the mRNA. That is the reason why this mRNA is called polycystronic mRNA. Polycystronic mRNA. Here the in LAC operon, LAC-I is a regulator gene. This gene it can producing only it can producing its own a special mRNA. From that mRNA a special protein is produced, that is called repressor. This repressor protein must and should attach to the operator. Whenever the repressor attached to the operator, gene is switch off condition. Why we are saying like that? So here operator is tightly attached to the repressor. The repressor tightly attached to the operator with co-repressor. So generally the RNA polymerase transcription takes place from promoter region. Here the repressor is there. That is the reason why there is no production of mRNA. There is no functioning of RNA polymerase. Whenever the repressor attached to the operator, the RNA polymerase may not bind to the promoter. That is the reason why the transcription is stopped. This is the regulation here. This is the idea. We have to remember it. How the genes are in switch off condition. Whenever the genes are switch on condition, what are the situations? Generally, in that particular time, so some inducer molecules are released or reaches to these operator region. These inducer molecules remove the repressor from the operator, or these inducer molecules react with the repressor. So the repressor come out of the operator, then only the RNA polymerase is attached to the promoter. From the promoter region, the transcription is takes place. Whenever the RNA polymerase is attached with the promoter region, from that mRNA is produced. In this one DNA strand as a template strand. From that the information from DNA to pass on the RNA. The information is changed. The information is coded from DNA. That is the reason why LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A information codes on to the mRNA. Okay. So generally the lactose react with operator. So now this is gene is switch off condition. Switch on condition. Whenever the repressor is come out of the operator. Okay. So this is the gene in switch off condition and switch on condition. So whenever the gene is switch off condition, generally the beta galactosidase transacetylase, beta galactosidase permease. Generally the the lactose which lives which inhabit in the human beings. Whenever the human beings are consumed milk, the milk have lactose is a special saccharide, so special saccharide. Okay, that lactose entering into the bacteria through cell wall, through especially some pores are there which is present on the cell wall. Now that lactose removes the repressor from the operator. Why it is removed? More amount of lactose present in the bacterial surrounding environment. So the lactose is energy form. Immediately these three enzymes are released by the production of mRNA. So whenever the lactose come out of the operator, the RNA polymerase is attached to the promoter. From the promoter region, mRNA is produced. For that mRNA bind with ribosomes, and these three enzymes are produced. Whenever these three enzymes are produced, so the lactose catabolism takes place. Lactose catabolism takes place. Three enzymes are act on the lactose. So beta galactosidase is a main enzyme. So to release energy from lactose. Okay. So completely all lactose is digested. After that, that enzymes are react with where the lactose attached to the repressor, where the lactose attached to the repressor. So the near the repressor lactose is also digested. Now the free repressor attached to the operator, attached to the operator. So immediately the DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase is removed from the promoter region. So then only the production of mRNA was stopped. So this is nothing but feedback regulation mechanism. This is nothing but feedback regulation mechanism. So as like here the so gene activities takes place. Genes activities takes place. Okay. So this is about lac operand proposed by Jacob Monod. Okay. So this is a main idea. We have to remember it here. Now here the situation is some here in the absence of inducer, the DNA binding site of repressor is a functional. So in the absence of inducer, the DNA binding site repressor is a functional. So the repressor protein binds to the DNA at the operator site, and the lac locus the blocks the transcription of lac genes by RNA polymerase. Okay, here the repressor protein binds to the DNA at operator. So there is no production of RNA. The lac enzyme synthesis is inhibited. The lac enzyme synthesis is inhibited. Here the repressor protein binds to the DNA at the operator site of the lac locus and blocks the transcription of lac genes by RNA polymerase. Here the repressor is attached to the operator region. There is no production of mRNA. Here nothing but that is blocks the RNA polymerase. The lac enzyme synthesis is inhibited. The lactose operator enzymes are synthesized is inhibited. And here the lac gene is a regulatory gene. It can producing the mRNA. So it is a especially protein, and that is nothing but repressor. It is attached to the operator. So the red color protein attached to the operator. So from that promoter region there is no production of mRNA. So this the gene is in switch off condition. The gene is in switch off condition. The gene is in switch off condition. Okay. And here it is the additional regulatory mechanism which allows the lac operand to sense the presence of glucose, an alternative and preferred energy source to lactose. So an additional regulatory mechanism which allows the lac operand to sense the presence of glucose, an alternative and preferred energy source to lactose. If the lactose is present, those genes are activated. If the lactose is absent, those genes are inactivated. Whenever those genes are inactivated, the glucose mechanism genes are activated. If glucose and lactose both present, cell will use up the glucose first. So in the if we are in our body having glucose and lactose, generally the body first use glucose. So that is the reason why here the glucose have a lot of receptors. The presence of glucose in the cell which switch off the lac operand. So there is no need of lactose. That is the reason why the lac operon is switch off by a mechanism called catabolic repression. Catabolic repression, or which involves a protein called that is catabolic activator protein. CAP is a catabolic activator protein. So if the glucose is present, the cell switch off the lac operon. That lac operon switch out by that is special protein that is called catabolic active protein. Catabolic active protein. Okay. Next here the catabolic active protein CAP only binds to the presence of derivative of ATP. So it is presence derivative of ATP, that is nothing but cyclic adenosine monophosphate, cyclic AMP. The CAP binding with cyclic AMP. So the cyclic AMP is a second messenger. This cyclic AMP can phosphorylate the number of enzymes. So in that in the cell the enzymes activity is increased. Enzymes activity is increased. So here that is most important. The catabolic active protein react with cyclic adenosine monophosphate, cyclic AMP. The CAP, catabolic activator protein, binds to the DNA sequence upstream of the lac promoter and enhance the binding of the RNA polymerase. So here the CAP binds to the DNA sequence of upstream of the lac promoter and enhance the binding of RNA polymerase. So by the catabolic activator protein, so it has some function working to enhance the RNA polymerase function. The transcription of the operon is enhanced. The transcription of the operator is enhanced. So CMP levels are influenced by glucose. The cyclic adenosine monophosphate levels are influenced by the glucose. Okay, the cyclic AMP producing from where ATP. These enzymes adenyl cyclase catalyzed the formation of cyclic AMP, and cyclic AMP it is inhibited by glucose. The enzymes adenylate cyclase catalyze the information of cyclic AMP and is inhibited by glucose. The enzyme adenyl cyclase catalyze the formation of cyclic AMP is inhibited by glucose. The glucose inhibited by the adenyl cyclase, it is a special enzyme. So this enzyme act on the ATP and that ATP convert into cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP is the second messenger. Cyclic AMP is the second messenger. We have to keep it in mind. When the glucose is available in the cell, adenyl cyclase is inhibited and cyclic AMP levels are low. When the glucose levels are available in the cell, the adenylate cyclase is inhibited. So the cyclic AMP levels are low. Under these conditions, catabolic active protein does not bind upstream of the promoter and lac operon is transcribed at very low level. So if the glucose levels are very high in the cell, generally the catabolic activator protein does not bind to the upstream of the promoter and the very low amount of transcription takes place. Very low amount of transcription takes place. So here the type of mechanism is there. So AMP and adenyl cyclase here they attach to this above the promoter sequence. So the very little amount of these enzymes are released. These enzymes are released. So this is about feedback regulation, nothing but. And here the positive regulation. The positive regulation is an inducer molecule that activates the promoter which promotes the transcription of mRNA. A natively regulated system may be either induced or repressible. Here the two type of regulations are there. Inducible gene regulators and structural gene or gene induced switch on to produce mRNA. Switch on to produce mRNA. Okay. And when the glucose is low, adenyl cyclase is not inhibited. Here the when the glucose level is low, the adenyl cyclase was not inhibited. The cyclic AMP is higher and CAP binds increasing the level of transcription. So glucose level is reduced, the glucose level is low. Now the adenyl cyclase are activated. The adenyl cyclase is not inhibited. Cyclic AMP is higher and addition with catabolic active protein binds and increase the levels of transcription, nothing but if there is no glucose, so the cell try to be alternate pathway, that is depending upon energy for lactose. If the lactose and glucose are present together, the lac operon will only transcribe at low level. If the lactose and glucose both are present, only the transcription lac open will only at low level, and the lactose transcription is at a low level. Lactose transcription is at a low level. So this is about so what is gene regulation. Here this gene regulation proposed by Jacob Monod. So he was conducting experiments on Escherichia coli. So generally in this structural genes and functional genes are there. So those structural genes are called so regulator, promoter and operator. Okay, here this is the structural gene. Here the diagram is there. Here. Okay, so the LAC-IPO, these are called structural genes, and LAC-ZYA, these are called LAC-IPO, these are called regulatory genes. LAC-ZYA, these are called structural genes. So generally the LAC-I is a special gene. It can producing its own mRNA, and it can producing the from that mRNA special protein is produced, that is called repressor. Whenever these repressor binding to the operator has a special site for to attach the repressor. So these repressor attached to the operator, the gene is switch off condition. Okay, the gene is switch off condition. So generally the inducer molecules are there. Those are called in lac operon, lactose is the inducer molecule, and in other ways the catabolic active protein and tryptophan and other molecules also there, like temperature and the low temperature. These are called inducers. These inducers can induce the operator, especially repressor gene. Okay, that repressor gene can, or sometimes the repressor protein come out of the operator. So from the promoter region the mRNA is produced. So the promoter region is a special gene. So it has a site to attach the RNA polymerase. So from that promoter the transcription takes place. Okay, so for the production of mRNA, generally the special enzyme is there, that is RNA polymerase. So from that the RNA primer and number of nucleoside bases and phosphate molecules are needed to produce the mRNA. Okay, so this is about promoter. And operator, it is a special gene. It is near to the promoter, and in between which is present LAC-Z and structural gene and regulatory genes. Okay, it has a special site to attach to the repressor protein. This is about operator. The operator work like as a switch off and on. It is work like as a switch. So whenever the inducer molecules are present in the environment, so the repressor protein is come out, the gene is switch on condition. In the switch on condition, the RNA polymerase is attached to the promoter region, and from that so the mRNA is produced. If the repressor attached to the operator, whenever it is attached, the all enzymes are in the lactose metabolism, all enzymes are act on the lactose. So there is no free lactose molecule for enzymes. Now the enzymes are reached to the lactose where attached to the repressor. Now these enzymes are digest these lactose. So now the repressor is free. That free repressor attached to the operator. So from that promoter region there is no production of mRNA. So this is switch off condition. This is nothing but feedback regulation. If the molecules are present in the medium, the enzymes are released. If the molecules are present in the medium, the enzymes production will stop. So the end products or enzymes are act on the above level. So at the gene level, so there is no production of mRNA. So mRNA production was stopped. After stopping the mRNA production, there is no production of enzymes in ribosomes. Enzymes in ribosomes. Okay, these are about structural genes and not regulatory genes and sorry, regulatory genes. Next, structural genes lag Z, lag Y, lag K. So lag Z is it can producing the beta galactosidase, lag Y it can producing the beta galactosidase permease, and A can producing the beta galactosidase enzyme. So these enzymes are involved in lactose metabolism. Lactose metabolism. Here the gene functioning is takes place especially either hormones or inducer molecules, either hormones or inducer molecules. So generally the hormones are protein hormones and steroid hormones are there. The protein hormones and steroid hormones are there. So for example, the growth hormone is the protein hormone, and these hormone attached to the plasma membrane, especially these hormone having special receptors. So from that receptor, these receptors activates the cyclic AMP. So now first the receptor activate the adenyl cyclase. So these adenyl cyclase act on the ATP and producing the cyclic AMP. So this cyclic AMP can phosphorylate the enzymes. Okay, all enzymes are activated. So now in the nucleus, in the cell, the enzymes activity is going on. That is the reason why BMR is increased. So this is about the hormone, especially protein hormones functioning, and the steroid hormones directly entering into the operator site, directly entering into the operator site, testosterone, estrogen, whatever it may be. So these the hormones act at the operator level, and the RNA polymerase is activated. The mRNA is produced. From that mRNA, enzymes or proteins are produced. By these enzymes and proteins, the activity is going on. So this is about operon concept. So before that, here the one gene one enzyme theory and one gene one polypeptide theory also present. So one gene one enzyme theory and one gene one polypeptide theory. So in Neurospora crassa, Beadle Tatum proposed one gene one enzyme theory. So one gene is responsible for one enzyme. One gene is responsible for one enzyme. So in alkaptonuria, and here the special enzyme homogenesic acid oxidase is enzyme. So that is enzyme is absent in that melanin activity. So there is no production of esteracic acid. So the homogenesic acid accumulate in the body fluids, and that homogenesic acid oxidase is stored all parts of the body, especially that substance which is present in the external pinnas like ear and nose edge. That parts convert into black color. Whenever these excess homogenesic acid oxidase released into the urine, so whenever that urine exposed to the air, that urine converts into black color. That is nothing but alkaptan. Alkaptan is nothing but homogenesic acid. So this homogenesic acid is may not convert into mallyl estearic acid in the absence of homogenesic acid oxidase. So as like the production of albinose. So these are the one gene one enzyme theory. And one more thing, one gene one polypeptide theory proposed by Werner Ingram. One gene one polypeptide theory proposed by Werner Ingram. So he was a experiment. They are experimental conducts on hemoglobin structure. They are conducting their experiments on hemoglobin structure. Generally, hemoglobin has heme and globin. The combination of these two parts can form a hemoglobin. So in globin, two alpha chains, two beta chains are there. Two alpha chains, two beta chains are there. In beta chain, nearly 146 amino acids are there. In alpha chain, 143 amino acids are there, maybe approximately. So okay, in beta chain, in the sixth place, the glutamic acid is replaced by valine. the glutamic acid is replaced by valine. So then only the circular and elliptical biconvex RBC convert into sickle shaped RBC. Biconvex RBC convert into sickle shaped RBC. So this sickle shaped RBC can accumulate the small blood vessels. So that is the very problematic to blood transport, oxygen transport to the total body parts. So that is the reason why a special disease caused, that disease is called sickle cell anemia. So at homozygous level, that sickle cell anemia can very harmful to the human beings. At heterozygous level, so it is it's something useful for to avoid, to stop the getting of malaria, or stop the contamination of malaria. So it has malaria resistance. The sickle cell heterozygous gene has malarial resistance. So although this is a diseased gene, but that gene having some what is selection level, some selection. So by the presence of gene in a heterozygous condition, they may not develop the malaria. So that is the reason where the organisms lives in tropical countries, the malarial deaths are low in the sickle cell anemia patients, but the homozygous sickle cell human beings death at child level. So this is about here we have to remember it. So one gene can producing the 2 or 3 polypeptides whenever the conjugated proteins are present, whenever the preparation of conjugated proteins. So this is called one gene one polypeptide theory. Here the gene silencing also we have to know. So generally the cell, whenever the cell differentiation takes place in a particular cells, the few genes are activated, the rest of all are inactivated. For example, in human pancreatic cells, so those cells can producing only like islet of Langerhans, those cells can producing the alpha and beta cells can producing the insulin. The main function of these beta cell production of insulin only. The rest of all functional genes, nearly 30,000 to 40,000 genes are present. Those all are in inactive condition. Those all are in switch off condition. So the gene silencing is takes place by the methylation at promoter region, and the absence of promoter sequence, and permanently in switch off condition. So this is about gene silencing, and number of factors are controlled by this gene silencing. So now the here the housekeeping genes, they have to must and should regularly functioning. So this is about gene functioning. Okay. So the gene is the inheritable material. The genes are present on the chromosomes. So the one chromosome we can compare with the one garland. So in that garland flowers are there. The flowers equal to genes. The thread equals to histone proteins to tie the gene to make the chromosomes. Here the from the flowers we can make the garland by thread as like. So the total chromosomes are compared with what is garland. So this is about operon concept. So this is proposed by Jacob Monod. The operon concept is proposed by Jacob Monod. So this is the gene functioning. Okay. So by today we are to preparing different types of genetical transgenic plants and transgenic animals by the rearrangement of genes. So recombinant DNA technology we are preparing. So the special genes are we have to isolate it. That isolated genes are kept into another organism vector, especially like PBR322 like plasmids. So these vectors are introduced into Escherichia coli or other organisms. If the transplanted gene is present or chimeric gene is present, that organisms are called transgenic organisms like Bt cotton, Bt brinjal, and etc. etc. Okay, so this is about gene regulation and gene functioning. Okay, shall we stop here?